Astute Manager Pro is a service that allows you to easily back up and restore your Adobe Illustrator preferences and settings, along with your own custom assets like brushes and color swatches. And if you ever have to reset your preferences in Illustrator to keep it running smoothly, or if you're setting up a new computer, you'll be able to restore all your settings and assets that you rely on with the click of a button. I have Astute Manager installed and open, and if we look at the left-hand navigation, we're going to be focusing on two areas in this video: Astute Library and Asset Manager. First, if we open Astute Library, here we have texture packs that work with the Texturino plugin by Astute Graphics. Then we have bonus brush sets by some of our Astute Graphics friends. There are graphic styles that incorporate Astute Graphics live effects and profile packs that you can use with the Reform plugin. And also custom workspaces for keeping both your Illustrator and Astute Graphics panels and tools organized and efficient. Now let's go back to the brush sets, which anyone can install, and I'll show you how easy it is to add these to Illustrator. I happen to have Illustrator running right now, as you can see, and for certain creative assets like brushes, swatches, and graphic styles, you can install them while Illustrator is open. And if we look in My Brushes panel under User Defined, you can see I already have two of my own custom brush sets. Now back in Astute Manager, I want to add some of Von Glitchka's brushes to my User Defined folder. Just choose a brush pack. I'll install the Glitchka Studios brush pack, then go over to the orange Download and Install button and click. That's all. It's that simple. You can read the details here in the right-hand column, which explains that Astute Manager is downloading and installing those brushes directly into Illustrator's folder system right where they belong. The file won't show up in your Downloads folder. It's fully installed. And we can see that when I switch over to Illustrator. And I'll go to my Brushes panel, and down in the left corner, just click on the Libraries button. Then go to User Defined, and here are my personal brush sets that we saw before, and here we have the two brush sets in the Glitchka Studios pack I just installed. And now I can access these brushes from any project I open in Illustrator. So I'm just going to click on an individual brush to add it to this document. Now let's download and install a custom workspace. You can see in My Workspaces menu at the top right of the window, I already have a few of my own custom workspaces here, but I want to try out some of the Astute Graphics workspaces. First, I'll need to quit Illustrator because workspaces are part of the Illustrator settings. So that's different from the panel libraries that we have here in swatches, brushes, and graphic styles. We can install assets here while Illustrator is running, but for settings and workspaces, we need to quit Illustrator first. Now back in Astute Manager, in the Astute Library, let's go to Workspaces and click that big orange button. And this installs those workspaces directly into the Illustrator folder system. Now I can relaunch Illustrator. And then over in the Workspace switcher, here at the top of the list, I now have my new Astute Graphics workspaces ready to use. And that was super easy. Next, we're going to walk through saving and restoring my preferences settings. And this is the part of Astute Manager that I know will save me so much time and frustration. Here in Preferences, I have so many settings I rely on, like my lighter colored interface and that medium UI scaling. Then over in Anchor Display, I've made my anchor points a little larger so I can see them, and there are so many settings here that I count on every day. So I want to back these up to my Astute Manager Cloud. And we'll start by quitting Illustrator because we can't back up and install settings while Illustrator is running. And back in Astute Manager, we'll navigate over to this section, Asset Manager, and click on Illustrator. This is where I can back up my own Illustrator preferences, and I can also back up my custom keyboard shortcuts, my personal workspaces and toolbars, and also my own brushes, graphic styles, swatches, and more. Let's start with my Illustrator preferences, which includes all those personal settings for my user interface that I just showed you. And to back it up, all you do is click this big orange button, And this backs up my preferences to the Astute Manager cloud. And you can see them here in the twirl down. It's that easy, and it's done. Now I'll back up my personal brushes. I can just click the big orange button like we did before, which is so easy. But notice I can also drag files here from anywhere on my system, which will instantly back them up to the cloud and also install them directly into Illustrator. And if I click on the three dots menu and choose Show Folder, it actually takes me straight to the location in the Finder where I've been saving my brushes all along. And they're here in the Illustrator folder system, which if you've ever tried to find this, you know it's tricky, but Astute Manager locates that folder for you instantly. And these are my personal brushes. So I'll go ahead and close that Finder window. We don't really need to open that folder, but it's so handy to know that it's only a click away. And so now clicking next to brushes, that big orange button, that backs them up to the cloud. And I'll twirl down to see them listed here, where they're just a click away from being restored again if I ever need them. And while we're here, we'll do a little more. I want to back up my custom keyboard shortcuts. Just clicking that orange button, and then I'll click the button here to back up my custom workspaces to the cloud. And now that's done. And there's more I can do here, but let's go back to the left-hand navigation, and back in Asset Manager, I'll click on Astute Graphics. And here, if you're an Astute Graphics subscriber, this is where you can back up your personal settings for the different plugins. So you can back up your reprofile paths for Reform, you can back up your textures for Texturino, and your saved manual checkups for Vector First Aid. All right, now that we've backed up my preferences and some other settings, I want to show you how easy it is to restore them. I'll start by launching Illustrator, and then I'll go to Preferences, that's Command or Control K, and I'll click this button to reset my preferences. Now this is something that can help you keep Illustrator running smoothly, but I usually feel a little uneasy about resetting because I don't want to have to go through restoring my settings manually. Now that preferences have been reset, notice when I launch Illustrator, I'm back to that default dark user interface. So let's quit one more time, and this time I'll use Astute Manager to restore the backup that I saved before. Just go to Asset Manager, Illustrator, and here we have Illustrator Preferences, and I can click the Download and Install button, just one click, and that's it. Now let's launch Illustrator to see if I'm back to my favorite settings. And yes, I am. And that was so much easier than it's ever been. Astute Manager enables you to share, organize, backup, and restore your Adobe Illustrator assets with ease, speed, and security.